Recently I was watching a show on Netflix. It's called Mer People. Maybe you guys have heard it, maybe you haven't. It just came on. As far as it's a new addition to the lineup, and it's about people who basically indulge in being or acting as or performing as mermaids. Now, I had no idea it was such a thing, but it seems to be like a subculture, but it seems to be the small niche of people that indulge in this whole mermaid culture. It's somewhat of a small group, but they're very serious. They're very serious about their pursuit. And at first, when it popped up, I wasn't going to watch it. I said, I'm not really interested in this. I don't know where this is going. But I'm glad that I did, because it was very interesting. It was a group of people, and it spanned ages, it spanned race, it spanned sizes, all different sizes. They had a group of older women that used to perform at an amusement park. And I don't remember the name of it, but they also had some that perform now as mermaids, whether it be for corporate events or children's parties. And they got into the whole thing as far as the costumes and where they get it and how much they have to pay for the costumes and the whole getup, as well as the skill in being a mermaid. Now, you would think, okay, it's just, you just in the water and you got on a nice little costume with long hair, and that's pretty much it. But there's more to it, because it's about how long you can hold your breath and some of the other skills that you would need in order to not only perform with your legs bound in this particular fin costume, because of course they wear fins, but also swimming and diving, going down deep. So I'm watching this, and these people are really invested. Some of them had regular jobs, and some of them, this was their job, like I said. And it just made me think, it's good to have a hobby. It's good to have something that distracts you from the everyday rigmarole of life, from the mundane. It just adds to your whole experience, your whole life experience. I mean, I'm watching these people and they are really enjoying themselves. And it just made me realize that there's pretty much a niche for just about everything. You know what I mean? And what one may consider a trivial pursuit, another person would consider a passion, a side passion. I mean, you got people that collect things. I know myself, I collect dolls. I love dolls. I've always liked dolls when I was a kid, and I always liked toys. So I collect a little bit of toys. And I've talked about this before, as far as how I used to collect Hot Wheels, the little cars, and I used to have my action toys, and I also collect dolls from Cabbage Patch Kids. I love Barbies. I'm a Barbie girl, and yes, I probably will go see the movie, even though I don't really know what it's about. The trailer was a little vague, but I am interested. So I am a Barbie fan. Now I have a whole bunch of Barbies, and I'm learning about other dolls that are out there. BJD dolls, I'd never even heard about that. I believe that stands for ball jointed dolls. So they have ball joints. They can move their arms. They have more articulation than the regular quote unquote doll. But honey, there's a whole other world of collection out there. I mean, I went on YouTube just for one little thing, and I went down the rabbit hole as far as, they reroot dolls. I didn't even know that, which means the hair that the doll came with, you don't have to be stuck with that. You can take the hair out of the doll's head and put some new hair in there. Like different colors. You can give her dreads. Face painting. I think it's called a face up, where basically you can wipe the face from the doll and draw your own face on it. And I mean, just different stuff. And don't even get me started on Etsy. Once I found out about Etsy and doll clothes, honey, it was pretty much a wrap. I done got my doll some jeans and a designer bag, her own Louis Vuitton. I'm just saying. So I haven't gone totally bananas with all this, but it's fun. It gives me a respite from everyday 9-to-5 life. I do work a 9-to-5, and I'm very thankful for it. But there's more to life than just working and grinding. There's more to life than just being in go mode all the time. But that's my particular pick for right now, as far as that's what I'm into right now. But I'm looking to expand that too, because I know that I told you guys that I want to, I want to do some improvements, some home improvements as far as my life, home being me being the home. and just make some improvements in different facets and areas of my life. And in doing so, I do want to add to my hobby repertoire, if you will. I have a sewing machine, so I want to get more into sewing. And I even told you guys that when I was a kid, I had a teacher that taught us knitting, and I want to get into that too. But yeah, it's good to have a hobby. You need a hobby. You need a little distraction to sort of get you more focused on things that are important, as well as just balance you out. You know how they talk about the work-life balance with regard to working and being in the workplace and having enough time for both? And that's true. That's true. You need a balance in life, and adding a hobby, or I'll say a pursuit of passion, it definitely adds to it. And it runs the gamut. I mean, we got people that collect all sorts of things, from sports cards to sports memorabilia. I mean, I watched another show on Netflix where it talked about collectors and what they collect and how much it's worth. And there are people that collect Star Wars memorabilia and Star Wars toys. There's one guy, he collected Apple computers. So I think he had the very first Mac, an Apple computer. It just blew my mind. And some of these things come with a huge investment, you know, not only time-wise, as far as finding the rarest of the rare or finding the most valuable version of what you're looking for, but also money. When you look at how much and you hear how much people invest in some of these things, you know, it can blow your mind. But again, it's all about what you like. And yeah, you may think it's folly for someone to spend so much on one particular thing. And meanwhile, again, it's fun for them. As long as you're not endangering yourself, as long as you're not taking away from any of the basics that you need in life, who's to judge? You know, who's to judge? Like I said, there is a lane for everybody. There is a niche for just about everything that you can think of. You got people that go to these conventions as far as anime and cosplay. And there's another show. It's called Ballroom Dancing. I think it's on Peacock or in Bravo or something like that. Anyway, it talks about that whole culture of ballroom dancing and what's invested as far as the time and the skill. You got groups of women that do double dutch. And they serious about this. They are very serious. They do double dutch and they do competitions. But again, it is about the little things sometimes. It is about the little things that spark joy in your life. Whether it's traveling or going to a sports event, you need something outside of the regular parameters of life to really help round it out. I know we've been talking about happiness. I know we've been talking about improving our lives and just being better overall. So I wanted to add this to the list. Find you something to do. Find you something that really tickles your fancy. Find you something that really will grab your interest, that will give you the Calgon effect and take you away to a place that you maybe have not visited before, whether it be a skill that you would like to learn, whether it be a place where you would like to go, but something that you can indulge in. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be an expensive pursuit or endeavor. Just something that would add to your whole capsule of living. Because hobbies and having pursuits outside of the regular rigmarole, it can help boost your esteem, and it affects and boosts your overall wellness, including your mental state of mind. Hobbies can also stimulate other parts of your brain, which can help you be more functional in everyday life. Nobody wants to do the same thing all the time, every day, without any type of deviation. You got to have some type of deviation. Nobody wants bland every day. Everybody needs a little bit of spice in their life. So get you some spice. Get you some paprika. Get you some pepper. And get you a hobby. Get you something to do. Get you something to do that'll help get you through the everyday rigmarole. Life is too short for the mundane, and there's too much out there to do to not pursue it. Start living your best life. You may learn something. You may learn a new skill. You may expose yourself to new people of like mind, and you never know. It may turn into a career. Your side passion could be your main hustle. I'm just saying. So get you something to do. Get yourself a hobby. It can really add to the fullness of your life. And with that, we are going to put a button on it.